Welcome to episode 525 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Mr. Luciano, Mr. Prime, and Tim Armstrong in the building. We're live on location. You like to say that? Live on location in Green Bay. And I'll be honest, the Green Bay cold hit us right away. It is a little brick out here. I think overall the vibes are immaculate. I think Eagle fans have been jacked up ever since we've seen him in the airport. I know some Eagle fans got stranded. Some flights have been canceled out of the airport, but we made it, man. Obviously, we're excited. We might sound a little bit sleepy because we were out on the town last night. Good time though, man. I'm going to be honest right away. The people in the community have been super welcoming. The hospitality from the hotel staffs to the restaurant owners. Shout out to Draft Inn. If you're in the Green Bay area, shout out make sure you follow the Draft Inn. Make sure you get the chili. Chili was I thought it was amazing. Award-winning chili, by the way. But just hopefully you guys are wide awake or awake when you listen to this episode. But I'm geeked, man. I'm ready to go. I mean, I think we all understand what's at stake right now. You talk about the playoffs. It's mid-season right now, but we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about the winning this game and losing this game is the difference of being in cold-ass Green Bay in a playoff run. We're talking about home field advantage. We're talking about a Packers team that beat the Lions. So for our concerns, the Eagles have to show up. And obviously, the pundits have talked about Eagles being underdogs. I love that. I need that. I need more of that. Keep that same energy. I think the Eagles play in that they like to play the underdog, and we have some great guys coming back. I mean, we'll get into it in a little bit, but Jalen Phillips, BG, and all we can keep them going on. We have some guys that haven't been around, AJ Brown. But anyway, I mean, Prime, how are you feeling? I mean, are you ready for this game? It's not close to Monday yet. We're almost there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good, man. Like you said, we on site live here, getting ready to represent tomorrow night's game. It's a great time so far. Yeah, just to chime in on what you said earlier, the cold definitely hit us as soon as we got off the plane, as soon as we went outside. Yeah, so kind of like had to prepare ourselves with that. Luckily, packed up the right way for it and everything. We'll be getting put to the test, especially today with the events we got going on. But and bro, I'm excited. We in Green Bay. This is one to definitely check off your wish list. The history that's here in this city and at this stadium. So end of the day, just looking forward to go ahead and represent Ann Arbor Birds as best as possible. Had a great time yesterday, like you said, at the Drift Inn. I had the privilege to go ahead and do a slight review on the cheese curds that are well known here in Green Bay. So that was the one piece that I ended up chiming in on, and I gotta admit those things were pretty good. I'm a big fan of like mozzarella sticks back home, but the comparison was like kind of way different, especially with the cheese that's being used over here. I'm gonna tell you right now, the cheese definitely hits different here in Green Bay. Learned that last night, at the restaurant. But like I said, man, just excited to go ahead and get this thing going. As of right now, the Green Bay people have been great. They're very cool and all that stuff. Hearing some different stories about, different attitudes. But as of right now, been dealing with the very nice attitude, and then come tomorrow, I'm hearing it's going to be something totally different. But hey, look, we'll see. Nothing's going to go ahead and stop us from representing the way we do. Tim froze there.
Yep. We had a long day yesterday. But to piggyback off of basically what you two guys said was, first off, the Drift In, fantastic, was suggested by none other than previous Green Bay Packer, A.J. Dillon. So A.J. Dillon, he suggested that we head that way, and I was happy with the outcome. Different people felt differently about different items on the menu, but overall, it was a great time, good vibes, and I mean, how many we got stopped because we were obviously wearing our Eagles gear, repping our Eagles, and we probably got stopped at least 5 or 6 times by fans in the establishment. And there's a reason why Green Bay has been voted the friendliest fans in America, because even when they talk a little smack, they're still being nice. Like even when they were trying to talk and like give it to us, like that was very gentle, so to speak. I wasn't ready for that. So far it's been fantastic. We had a great evening last night. Hit up a couple locations after the drift in, and I'm happy to be here. We come tomorrow, can't come soon enough. I mean,
I mean, just our Uber driver was the minute we stepped in the Uber, the guy was just like his accent was hilarious. He was like, "F yeah, you." He's like, you. Where you going to eat? The drifting? No way. F yeah.
it's
He's
fantastic, don't you know? It's don't you know? It's great. They definitely have.
so he goes, you wanna see Lambeau Field? Yeah, I'm gonna take you there. I said, bro. So I mean, the Lambeau Field really is. It's a part of history. It's a part of football folklore. Just to be here today, we go to get the field tour, the stadium tour. So that's gonna be cool. Obviously we are Eagles fans, but the anytime you can see NFL history and be a part of seeing that, I'm cool with it. Just I'm excited to see Lambeau Field. But I'm really excited to see what transpires on the field, though. I actually seeing a lot of our new pieces get to work is where I'm at. The whole idea of getting some help from the trades. Jalen Phillips. This is going to be our first opportunity to see him in an Eagles uniform. We get Nolan Smith back. This is like a mid-season Christmas. We're not even December yet, but I think for us, Christmas couldn't get any come any sooner. But I think we do get to see BG in an Eagles uniform. Like he's been an Eagle for a long time, but just to see him back in the Eagles uniform is pretty exciting to see. Did they? I'm not sure exactly. If if Nolan Smith is definitely a go. I'm pretty sure he is.
Reports are saying he's a go. He was
You know,
activated. He was activated last game, and he didn't make it. But I was laughing at that too. Definitely made it a little Irish accent. But I mean,
that's how he sounded. You can ask Prime. You can ask Prime.
but
That's exactly
legitimately,
so.
driving past the field it's all legit. Like all the videos you've seen and clips and everything like that. So in my mind, I was like, all right. So they're like a realtor showing a house. They played the camera angles a little bit to make it look like a certain way, but legitimately, these houses are at the stadium. And if you're an Eagles fan and you've been to the link and that's your home, my head could not wrap around the fact that these people walk out their backyard and their backyard is Lambeau Field. Like that blew my mind. Like you look out, you have your morning coffee and you're looking out back and you are staring at Lambeau Field. Like that,
Yeah,
that
that's
it's
crazy.
legit. It's
That's
legit.
our Uber driver's telling that some of the people like rent out their houses for like hundreds of $1,000s. Like you can rent the house. It's like right backing up. I mean, the whole our tailgating experience is going to be interesting. It's going to be indoors, obviously. I mean, I'm willing to go out in the cold and elements to tailgate. We've done that many times, but I'm feeling, I'm feeling, I'm feeling, I'm feeling good that we're going to be inside, to be honest, because making it through the whole game could be interesting. Uh, let's see. Heather notes one of the fan spots around the stadium is a wall and a chance for you to do for try the Lambo leap. Not as easy as you think. Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. I did see a wall over there, but we'll see. We'll see if that's the wall you're talking about.
I did see the
Uh,
wall as well.
Shed Lemon checking in. Matt says, "Go Birds! Enjoy your trip, guys, and let's win that game tomorrow night." Is it Melly Mel? Mel? Yes, shout out to Mel. Just saw your text. He says, "What's up, fellas? Make sure you go to Max Mac and Cheese with barbecue chicken is on point." All right, all right. What else is on point? I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts has been on point as of late. Jalen Hurts, the last couple games, has put up two of his best games of the season. I think in totality, you got to be excited about what the offense brings to the table. Under center runs right now. I think Cam Jurgens being out, Toth as a positive, played pretty well as of late coming in. I'd like to see, you know, it'd be interesting if Lampkin gets an opportunity. They called him up. That's the 5'10" guard center.
Guy out of North Carolina. Yeah, he's a Tar Heel. Yeah,
Mhm.
we snagged him from the Rams. The thing I've said it before. This guy won majority of the collegiate awards at lineman. He's, to your point, the only thing that's holding him back is his size. That was it. That was the only reason why this guy wasn't first, second round pick, because with all those accolades, for the most part, that should be a high level draft pick. But I'm curious to see if he falls in the mix at all. That'd be interesting.
Hmm. I mean, we'll see. I really think in terms of our offense and our juggernauts, AJ Brown being available is a big deal. I mean, our offense flowed seamlessly without him versus the Giants, but the Giants are not the Packers. I do think their cornerbacks trying to guard our wide receivers is gonna be tough. I mean, I like McKinney back there. I mean, they have their front is really where it's at. Micah Parsons, obviously, we know all about Micah. I mean, are any concerns about Micah? We've been dealing with Micah for years on end. Um, big concerns
Um,
about Micah.
why? I mean, you said it yourself. We've seen Micah. We know what Micah's all about. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand he's got new energy being in Green Bay, but no, I'm not worried about Micah at all. I mean, Lane pretty handles him pretty well, and the offensive line knows him pretty well. No, I think it's just going to be another day, different scenario with Michael Parsons, but I mean, nothing that's going to go ahead and hurt us in the long run.
Well, shout out to Robert. He says, anybody else making breakfast this morning? Well, I mean, we had Adam Schefter dropping some nuggets this morning during breakfast, talking about a poison pill in the Green Bay Packers deal from the Cowboys, saying that he can't be traded to the Philadelphia Eagles not until, let's see, 2027. So obviously the Eagles, I mean, might have dabbled in this Parsons trade, and the love might have been more realer than expected. If they have a feeling that Micah probably really wants to be an Eagle. What do you think about that?
I mean, the verbiage is trying to be nice in the sense that it's the NFC East, but it all swings back to the Eagles. Every other line in there is they are not allowed to do this with the Eagles. They're not allowed to do this. So the crazy thing is 2027, and it has to be equal compensation. So that tells me he really, really wanted to be an Eagle. That's where that was going. And the fact that if we do make a push for him in 2027, has to be a first rounder.
So, can I ask the question though? Did he really want to be an Eagle because it was the best scenario for him to get back at the Dallas Cowboys,
or do you really feel by heart he wanted to be a Philadelphia Eagle?
I think he did. I think he did.
I think he wanted to be an
Again,
Eagle. If
I
you've
don't wanna
seen, like, because Prime, you're a Miami guy for college ball, but there has been multiple conversations where Micah has shown love to the Philadelphia Eagles when he was in college. Like, he's a Harrisburg kid, didn't go for the Steelers. He rooted for the Eagles. So not only how we're doing and how the organization is set up, but I think that he wanted to be a Midnight Green. He's boys with Saquon. They're very tight. They hang out in the off season and stuff like that. So I think in his heart, not only for the winning factor and to get back at the Cowboys, I think he wants to be an Eagle by the time his career's over.
Shout out to Gary. He says, shout out to Richie Lager, who has traveled to Green Bay from the Netherlands for the game tomorrow night. Yeah, shout out to Richie, man. I mean, there's a lot of Eagle fans here. I mean, we went to an arcade bar last night, nothing but Eagle fans. And one Cowboy fan. Just, that was an awkward interaction.
Wrong
I think
game.
I don't know if he was too
Right.
young or just this, I think
He
he
was
got
lost.
offended. I think he got offended for a second. But just talking about obviously Saquon came out of that last game with a slight groin, perfectly fine. I think having I'm wondering how we hold up against their front. It really is. I mean, that's really the story right there. I mean, just how well do our tackles play against their edges? Really is. I mean, we got the best tackles in the game. I mean, that's usually a good thing. Landon Dickerson seems like he's getting back to normal. Tyler Steen, wondering if they move Micah Parsons around to find our weak links. But I mean,
Was that a jab at Steve? Weak link?
well, I mean, they've done it before. They've done it before. They've tried to get Micah on Steam in the past.
I get it. I'm a second that. That's why I'm just asking. If that was a jab, I'm seconding. I'm coming with the other jab.
We'll see. Andrew says, "Are you guys in Green Bay?" Yes, we're here in Green Bay right now. It's there's definitely going to be snow. I think it's got to be some flurries. There was some flurries at the Wisconsin game last night, the Badgers game. Are you guys ready for the snow?
I'm ready. Gears laid out, nice and warm. Yeah, I'm good.
I don't mind Wisconsin November weather. I came out. Everybody else is like, you got your hoodies, you got your jackets.
Well, we talked about this last night. What's the purpose of coming to Green Bay if it's not like the true Green Bay weather? You know what I mean? Like this is what it's known for, being cold and again, the history that's at the stadium. So like, yeah, if you're gonna come to Green Bay, you gotta take this moment all in, like, with the weather and everything. So I'm kind of hoping for some snow as well. And I definitely came prepared for that. So I hope the rest of you guys did, and I hope the rest of the people that are with us on this trip did.
We are going to be also in Dallas, so be prepared. We're making the world tour this season. Robert says he thinks there's a chance. Yes, maybe he wanted to be Eagle, but I also think Parsons wanted a chance to win a Super Bowl. Robert's answering your question, Primo. I mean, we're gonna win. We usually speak things into existence. I mean, who do you think is going to be our offensive MVP versus the Packers? I mean, who's that guy that you think is going to be that give us the MVP performance tomorrow?
Personally, I mean, I'm super excited first and foremost because this is the healthiest we've had our team in a long time. Like we're missing Jurgens and we're missing Van Sumeren. Those are the only two guys that aren't coming back. Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny Wilson. So those three guys, and Jurgens is not going to play this week. They've already kind of leaned that direction that he's not going to go. But I think because of the cold, it's going to be a run game. So it's hard for me to pick one of the two backs, but I think they're going to attempt the balanced offense between Saquon and Tank. If I was to give a suggestion, but I think Saquon's going to be the offensive MVP. I think he's going to run the rock.
Interesting. What about you, Prime?
I think Dallas Goedert is going to be the MVP of this game. I think he's just going to be like that, that silent weapon. We saw what he was capable of doing against them on that playoff game, especially with the stiff arm play. So yeah, I mean, like with all the attention being given everywhere else, I see that game is going to open up, and when Dallas Goedert comes through, and when we need him to come through, he just comes through at the right time, and I think he's going to be clutch come tomorrow night's game.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Saquon breakout run. I mean, he had one against the Giants. I think. I mean, like our run game, their run game has been a little bit slowed down. Josh Jacobs hasn't had the biggest year like he had last year, but I do think whoever's run game is dialed up early and often, I think that's where it is, especially with the cold weather. But I do feel like I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts with this one. I do think sell out for the run. I mean, obviously they have a pass rush that can get to us, but I think you can make them play. I do think if I'm going to be different with this one, I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, he's had a phenomenal last couple games. His last 2 games back to back have been outstanding. Let's go with your defensive MVP versus the Packers.
I'm excited to see everybody coming back. I think his energy is going to be so high. Man, this might be off the beaten path a little bit, but I think BG is going to have a game. I think he's going to come back, and him being healthy and saving his body for the first half of the season before the bye, I think he's going to come out and be an impact player. I don't see him getting a ton of snaps, like overly dramatic, but the snaps he is in, I think he's going to make his presence known. So I'm honestly looking for BG.
BG as an MVP
for defense. I think he's going to make his presence known. I'm being serious. I think
Okay.
He's fired up. I mean, he's going to make an impact, and by impact, I watch the game like a nerd, so I see him forcing other players to make a. You know what I mean? By him making a play, I see other guys stepping up, like forcing him inside the step up into the pocket, and then you got your interior defensive line making a play. So just his presence and his energy, I think he's going to have an impact.
What say you, Brian?
I'm excited to see Jalen Phillips go to work, and as much as he's going to really make his presence tomorrow, and I do see one sack coming on his very first game, but the person that I feel like is going to be all over the place because he lives for moments like this, and then at the same time he's coming back to where his college career was at here in Wisconsin, and that's Zach Baun, man. I think Zach Baun's going to go ahead and do his thing, really light it up. He lit it up against them, and again in that playoff game and in Brazil, and yeah, man, the one guy that I doubted for the very beginning of last year is that guy that I look forward to seeing week in and week out, man. So yeah, I see Zach Baun being that guy tomorrow.
It's funny that you say Zach Baun. Zach Baun is now remembers you as the guy that doubted him, but he also remembers that you apologize for that. So I feel like that's how in tune Zach Baun is. I think obviously his playing his college years here. I was talking to the Uber driver about Zach Baun. Yeah. I could go on. He made the trip. Like, when you it's
from the time we opened the door, he made the trip.
I could go it was just amazing. The trip only the Uber trip only Ubers are super cheap out here. It was like a $12 Uber. I gave that guy a $15 tip. Like the experience, that was like watching like a great movie. I was like, man, I didn't want to get out of the car. I'm just saying, good dude. My MVP is going to be. This is a good one. I think Jalen Carter. I think Jalen Carter. I think he's getting back to where he needs to be. Obviously, he's a little banged up, man. but I think he's going to cause the pressure. Like I think the thing about Jordan Love, he's not really turning the ball over. He just hurts, hasn't had a crazy amount of turnovers. Had some he's put some balls up there. Luckily they didn't get picked off, but I think he's a guy that some of his fans out here, I mean, we were in the restaurant. They're not big believers in Jordan Love. They feel like he's one of the weakest links on the team.
They were not happy with the cost. Not happy with the cost that they threw out there. That was brought up. Shout out to Prime is not in a common area, just so you know. Shout out to the MVP of Prime's suite that he's got going on. He's got enough space back there. If anybody wants to come hang out, he's got extra room. Shout out to the extra space he's got going on.
Yeah.
Hey man.
You want to flex and tell everyone about your jacuzzi?
Oh, I wasn't trying to flex. I really wasn't. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it was a shock. It was a shock coming in through the door. It was a long hallway to the room, and then when I get to the room, it's just like it just kept on expanding. Like it was just never ending. I got a workstation where here I am doing the podcast. I got what most people would consider a dinner table. We got two big lounge chairs that are turned into sofa beds. And then I got a jacuzzi right here in the living room, like where I'm pointing at right now is in the corner. It's kind of weird that if I had a room full of people and somebody sitting in a jacuzzi, like I got two bathrooms, microwave, refrigerator, sink, little bar, bedroom, king size bed, a TV in the shower. Like it's all go, man. It's all go. But again, my intentions was not to flex, so blame Tim on that.
Blame me. I'm going to give a shout out to Philly Sports Trips because even though I am extremely happy with my space. I love it. My wife and I are very happy with everything coming in here. Like you don't know what to expect in Green Bay, and I mean, I know we've joked about it and had conversations about it, but I don't think a single person has a bad room on this trip. So. Shout out to the whole setup. This has been fantastic so far.
I was gonna light my fireplace for this episode, but I don't want to be that guy. I mean,
well, it's crazy that it's crazy that you mentioned that because I didn't find out about my fireplace till this morning. Like I'm over here sleeping like cold, like with these blankets on. I'm like, yo, it is biting up in here. I can't get no heat. And then I go and I wake up this morning and long and behold, it was just a switch that was over there. I had to turn on and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. I mean, we do a lot of shout out to Philly Sports Trips, man. If you're trying to, book a trip, make sure you go to phillysportstrips.com. Make sure to follow them at Philly_sports_trips on IG, at Sports Trips PHL on X, and then Philly Sports Trips on Facebook. But yeah, I mean the shower. The shower in my hotel room. See, you start flexing. This shower was so banging that I was like, damn, I'm gonna go home and remodel my bathroom now. Cause I'm like, and then I'm watching HGTV while I'm in the shower for no reason. It's amazing.
Because you can.
Put on ESPN. You're like, I'm like, dude, there's a remote in the shower. I'm like, are we really watching TV from the shower? But anyway, let me get back to this game. Let me get back to this. Let me get back to this game.
I was trying to look behind Prime to see where it ended, and it just keeps going. That's why I had to bring it up. It's a small apartment.
It goes. Yeah, it is. It goes like it is a real apartment, man. It just goes all the way back there. Like it's wild.
Now, you guys are, definitely not underdogs with your swaggy hotels, but the Eagles are underdogs. But who's going to be your underdog performance for the Eagles? One player that is going to come out the woodworks and make a ridiculous play.
I hate to go with the big guys, but I think based off of how he did last game and getting an extra week's preparation, I'm going to go with Toth.
I like that. I like
I
that
think
one.
Toth is going to step up, and I think that they've been able to scheme with him at center to understand strengths and weaknesses. So even though it might not be the flashiest, where you're not seeing catch down the sidelines or breaking a run, I think Toth is going to step up and assist with the run game dramatically. So I'm going to say Toth.
What about you, Primo?
I think one that would probably get off a good play or two. I'm gonna say Jahan Dawson, man. I think another one that with all the attention that's going to be given throughout that football field, I could see him being open for one or two big plays that's going to come in clutch.
I'm gonna go Jalen Phillips as my underdog. Some might say MVP, where he's stepping into a new arena. Obviously, the same defense that he's been in, but just for being here one game, I think the presence that we're gonna get from Phillips is enough to, in terms of pressure rate, he's a guy that can get to the quarterback. And again, we just talked about Jalen Carter, pressure up the middle. I think that all works hand in hand with pressure off the edge and Nolan Smith and Jalen Phillips. And interior wise, we know their offensive line has been banged up a little bit. They've been moving some guys around. So some of their backups are, got to be shifted around. Morgan, I know, came in. So I feel like I feel like this is the game for our defensive front to shine. But I think our underdog performance, my underdog performance is obviously Jalen Phillips. But shout out to underdog. That's the way to go this season. The season's a full swing, and underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Are you ready to get off the bench and into the game? And over to underdog to get into all the action. Whether you're into basketball, football, hockey, or any sport in between, underdog is the best place to get in on all the action all season long. Playing underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. For this game, for the Eagles-Packers game on Monday, I'm going to ask you guys, higher or lower Saquon Barkley, 75 yards rushing?
Higher for me. Higher, please.
What about you, Prom?
I'm gonna go higher as well. Yeah.
Let's say Jalen Hurts passing yards over 250 yards, higher or lower?
Honestly, I'm going to say lower.
Lower.
You said 250, right?
250.
Yeah, I'm going to say lower.
Prime.
I'm gonna go higher.
Higher. Okay, I'm gonna go. He was my MVP. I do think, man, AJ Brown's back. Taking advantage of these. I mean, he's been taking some chances. I mean, obviously Xavier McKinney, he's gotten some picks in the past off of Jalen, so you're gonna have to watch out. But I do think he's gonna have to take some chances. I'm gonna go over 250. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go lower. I just realized how cold it is. But I do think he's good. I do think you take chances. I think he's been throwing some balls up there.
That's why I asked you.
You got some good matchups.
250 is a hard number. 250 is a hard number. 200, I would have had more of an internal debate.
All right, I'm gonna go 235. Okay, is that all right? 235. Higher or lower sacks? Micah Parsons. 2 sacks versus the Eagles.
Lower.
Brian.
He has 5 total sacks against the Eagles.
Yeah, he's not that. Yeah, I'm gonna go lower. He's not that much more going against us, man.
Devontae Smith, higher or lower 75 yards versus the Packers?
I'm gonna go higher, sir.
What about you, Prime?
You know me, man. That's my boy. He's definitely gonna go ahead and come clutch. Yeah, higher than 75 for sure.
Okay, not bad. Make sure you guys are out there downloading the app today. Sign up with the promo code Jawn to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Jawn. Underdogs make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. But again, shout out to Philly Sports Trips, man. It's been a great ride so far. The 2025 Birds Takeover, where it's full swing underway, man. We got how many we're knocking these games out. We got the Birds Takeover in Dallas coming up in November 2020, November 21. We got the Birds Takeover in Los Angeles. I didn't realize Dallas was that close. I'm kind of shocked. We have the Birds Takeover in Washington, December 20th, and then we're closing out the Philly Sports Trips regular season in Buffalo, December 27th. Another cold game option for you guys. But yeah, let's talk about some of their wide receivers. Their wide receivers have been banged up. I think a lot of people are wondering, like our CB2 position, we're like, who's going to step up and be that guy, a cornerback? Even Eagle fans don't really know what is it Jair Alexander? Is it going to be Cooper DeJean? Are we going to try that with the Michael Carter experience in the building? Or we're going to do Keely Ringo? Are we going to do Adoree Jackson? Like what is Vic Fangio going to do at CB2? But I do think Jaden Reed, their top wide receiver, is out. Tucker Kraft, their tight end, got banged up. They like to do a lot of 2 tight end sets. What is their offense going to look like? I mean, you got Romeo Dobbs. He's not a world beater. Who else are you scared about?
Do they have a single wide receiver that's not on the injury report? Like, what wide receiver do they have that's not on the injury report? Because, not trying to talk negative because the injury bug catches everybody, but their wide receivers are hurting right now. Like Kraft being out for the season, that was a big loss because he was somebody they leaned on for a lot of situational throws. And having an unhealthy wide receiver core just assists. Now it is cold, so the run game is a key piece, but they're going to be hurting to throw the ball this week.
Who else has been hurting? I know what's his name? Matthew Golden was banged up. Dante Villa-Swix has been banged up. Savion Williams, what does he bring? They had some depth. Christian Watson has been banged up a little bit. Obviously, Christian Watson stretches the field, but you know how Fangio likes to make sure you're not stretching the field against his defense. You can dink and dunk your way down, but you gotta stop the explosive plays. I think that's where their offense has been pretty good this year with explosive plays. So it's gonna be a meeting of the minds. Like, how does Fangio will depant some teams, some coordinators out there. This is an experienced defensive coordinator. It's always Fangio and trust with me. But I really do feel like we're getting healthy at the right time. We got our guys back. We have so many pieces to play with versus their team.
It's going to be interesting as well. With the additions, how much are they going to get put into play, or how soon they're going to get put into play, and then what's going to be the game plan with these new guys and stuff like that. So again, any given Sunday, you know how it goes, man. And I love us against, our defense against them, but you asked the question, who's the threat? I'm gonna say they just really don't. No, there really isn't no threat. I mean, I think this is the time. This is the game where our front line is going to go ahead and really put the pressure on Love, and then like a lot of these fans that were talking last night about what they truly feel about Jordan is going to get shown tomorrow. I mean, it was just like that was a serious contract you guys ended up giving to somebody that really isn't like that guy.
Well, I mean, threat Josh Jacobs. I think that's where I think that's the threat. I mean, you talk about we don't like to put a lot of people in the box, and it's going to be one of those things if they take advantages of those low box numbers. You know what I mean? So I mean, Tim, what are your thoughts on Josh Jacobs in the run game versus Fangio's D?
Kid's a beast. I mean, the one thing that I do like that coming in this is we've been thin. We've been thin on the defensive trenches. So even though Josh Jacobs is one of the top running backs in the league, you know what I mean? You're not going to take anything away from him and his ability to change a game. But I love the fact that the Eagles, excuse me, I love the fact that the Eagles are coming back healthy in the sense that people are like, oh, well, you don't have that guy. But we have everybody coming back for the defensive rotation. To be able to keep our guys on and off the field and get them a quick couple snaps to breathe or something like that is huge when it comes down to the third and fourth quarter to keep these guys fresh. I mean, we've seen in games earlier in the year when we were thin, the defense was just gassed. Defense is gassed, but now that we've added in a Phillips, added in a BG, we got a Jomo coming back. We got all these guys who've been dinked and banged up. Just the rotational aspect helps us in the run game because a team like Green Bay wants to Novocaine it. They want to slowly chip, bang, 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 and then slowly, and then hopefully break one when the defense starts to get tired. I don't see the defense getting as tired this week.
Yeah, I do think with reinforcements, Phillips, BG, and such, I think we're going to do a lot better against the run. But I'm feeling good about that. Darren asked, speaking of banged up, what's going on with Cam Jurgens? Articles already saying they expect him back in week 12. What about week 11 against the Lions? My thing is he's got a knee injury. If they felt like he was going to miss a ton of games, they would have put him, on the IR for a few games. So I feel like I think you're just hoping he gets better. You gotta let's see how I mean after Toth played pretty well versus the Giants, you got to keep on pushing the Toth narrative. Let Jurgens get back up to speed. Mr. Robert said also no stupid penalties, please. Who are you talking about? Jalen Carter? Sidney
Discipline.
Brown?
Yeah.
You were muted there, Putty. Armstrong.
I was doing a little spit action.
All right.
Can't do that. That's the key thing. Having a guy back like BG, he's not going to give you a ton of snaps, but I feel this team is just missing a veteran piece, and having that piece back in the rotation to tell these young kids, yo, shut up, get over there. Like at the end of the day, these guys are still children. They're young 20s. Like they still need to be pointed in the right direction. So having a veteran like BG and other pieces coming back, it's just going to help the whole flow of the defensive scheme.
Now, Andrew says you guys hit the town of Green Bay today. We're touring the stadium today, and then we're having a pep rally in Green Bay. So they're all in the same area. It's not like everything's like 10 minutes apart. So
there is not a ton to do in Green Bay. Just I'm not throwing any negatives. I'm not trying to be mean, but there's a lot of places you can have a beverage. But as far as activities, you're limited. So yes, we will hit the town, but
we can make it all one day. Yeah, we make the best of it.
No, I mean my thing is seeing, a different city, a different vibe. Meeting the people is the best part. Like, I think shout out to you, Tim. You know, there was a older couple that were, you know, he had a walker, and like, not that you knew that, but I saw the Packer fans looking at you helping the elderly person out, and they were like, these Packer fans, these Eagle fans aren't as bad as I thought. You know, Tim's out here representing the fan base, but no, I mean, the people
I
have
will
been
like the guy's
genuinely awesome.
reaction though. I will like the guy's reaction though, because when I told him if he needed assistance, I told him how to get my attention, and he said it twice. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
He said, "If you need
Go
me,
Birds.
just go Birds." And he looked at me and he started laughing. But then the next time he looked at me, he's like, "Go Birds," and I was like, "What do you need?" He was a funny guy.
Now Darren says Will Mitt Toth played that's 4 A's, way better at center than a guard. I mean, you're not lying. I thought he held up on his own. You know, the Drew Kendall experience we talked about. But if Will Lampkin is that guy, you know, that's interesting as well. I mean, there's a lot to. It's funny the small things we care about, like, you know, Willie Lampkin. How many times has Willie Lampkin been talked about on the radio airways? And it's like, we got Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, and we're talking about Willie Lampkin. But this is what it is. I'm glad that you mentioned guys like Dallas Goedert, Prime, on being that dude. I think Dallas Goedert is always the least to be talked about in any Eagles news. I think he's a guy that I do think could shine today. But again, shout out to everybody in the comments, man. We appreciate you guys sticking in. Obviously, it's a Sunday morning pod. We'll say surprise pod. But yeah, I mean,
I forgot there was a game going on right now.
There's a game right now.
Berlin. Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta and Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So shout out to Vince. Vince is out there with Philly Sports Trips in Berlin. And then we have some people out in Spain as well. So we've got people all over the place with Philly Sports Trips. But shout out to Ev and Tim. Hopefully they're hanging in there. I know Ev is down in Florida this weekend. Correct? Having a good time. Doug says must-win game Monday night for the Eagles, but the offensive line has to double team Rashad Gary and run right at Parsons. I'd like them to run some screens off of Parsons. Take advantage of them being aggressive. You know how we did that? We did it in Green Bay.
I was just gonna say that was one of my favorite. Like, they made Micah look so silly that one game against the Cowboys. If you remember when they went right at him and it was either option toss or flip it to the tight end. It was one of my favorite schemes of all time because it just took him completely out. Now, shout out to Green Bay for using Micah the way that he did in college, because he is not somebody that, in my opinion, you keep right on the edge. You let him float. He's a float player. It's what he did when he was at Penn State. You put him at the best position, and Green Bay, to the most part, has been doing that. But he's not healthy either. He's fighting injuries. Like, this guy's not 100%.
Doughboy Ego says the next 3 weeks are must wins for the Eagles because we need that number 1 seed in the NFC. This is correct. This is correct. Heather mentions peanuts and beer is really popular up there. So Evan, this is Evan Hearn's country. Hollywood Hearn's country. What else is there? What else was I going to say? Tim, what were you talking about real quick?
Me? I was talking about the scheme on Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And you were touching
Right. I was saying that play that we ran where AJ Brown goes in motion and then goes into the flats. You know what play I'm talking about? I would like it. You could run it right off the edge. like it's almost like a wide receiver screen, but it's like taking advantage of them off the edges. I think run right at Parsons. I mean, this is going to be a fun game for Barkley because I know him and Parsons are boys. This should be interesting. Score predictions. Score predictions for this game.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a battle. Go ahead, Prime. My bad.
No, I was going to say I got it at 24-10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going 20. I'm gonna go 31-21. The funny thing is that they call this the revenge game for the Packers. The Eagles have got the best of the Packers the last 3 times they played. They looked like they ran into a juggernaut in a Panthers team last week. I mean, then they get one of the best teams in the NFL this week. Like, they call it a revenge game. They'd probably be more up than down. I don't know about that. I think the Eagles are just equally up for this game. The team that tried to ban the tush push. I mean, how you guys feel about that? I mean, you feel like they're going into a time where the Eagles are going to pack it in?
Nah.
It's a good play on words there. I don't know. I mean, I still, we can't take the Packers lightly. I mean, luckily we've had an extra bye week, and we can't focus on injuries. We can't focus on where their team's at, losing their tight end. We can't focus on that because the Packers got smacked last week by a team that a lot of people suggested were a weaker roster to go against them. So they're coming out this week fired up. We had our bye week, so we got an extra week of preparation. We cannot come in here flat. I think we come in hot and heavy. I'm going to go 24-17 is my score prediction.
All right. Not bad. We had did we get a score prediction in the comment? We got a 27-17 birds from Darren. Yeah, I mean, say it with your chest. This is your opportunity to say it with your chest. We'll go with you, Prime.
Say it with my chest. I don't know, man. I mean, I think I just pretty much going off of what you guys just talked about. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be one to say, don't take your foot off the gas pedal, man. If you guys are gonna go ahead and go full throttle and take advantage of this game, just keep your foot on the pedal and keep scoring, keep driving the ball, keep running out the clock. Don't really getting fed up with the fact that we'll get some good leads and then we just decide to go ahead and like the term you said, pack it in. No, I don't want to pack it in. I want to keep on going, man. Like I just want to play and show not just this team but every team in the league what we really are about, and that's it. So that's my say with my chest.
But you, Tim, Mr. I leave my computer in the hotel bars.
I got it. Prime didn't hear that story yet. So I'm ready for the gold package. I'm ready for whatever. We had a lot of conversations with seasoned Packers fans. Apparently the way that their season ticket plan is set up was there's a group that was from, I don't know, Milwaukee or something, and they're the gold package. And apparently they are the package that talks a lot of smack because everybody was so friendly last night. They were not. It's almost to the point where when you're from Philly, these guys crap talking was so gentle. It didn't even feel like they were talking smack. But apparently this group coming in, they're supposed to be the rough around the edges one. So I want to hear it. I want to hear some. They've been voted the nicest fans. I want to hear some shit talking. Some legit. I want to hear it.
Yeah, you just want to see what they bring. It's just kind of what do you all bring to the table in terms of shit talking? Obviously, so far the experience has been great. I do think so. Those are the gold packages, the Milwaukee. Green Bay
That's what the
fans.
woman. That's what the woman explained last night. Yeah. So apparently, back in the day, the Packers played some of their stuff in Lambeau and then some of their stuff in Milwaukee to get the fan base going. Apparently, their season ticket package is split up as such, which I didn't know was an option. But yeah, apparently, you can have season tickets for only X amount of games. It was a little confusing to me, but the Milwaukee group is the gold package, and they're the ones that everybody said, "Oh, they're a little rough around the edges. Watch the tailgates. Watch when you're walking through." I was like, I said, I hate to say it, but we're from Philly. If you've known any of our fans, I pride our tailgate on being welcoming to all, but Philly's a rough place to walk into. So I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear a little smack talk.
Now Andrew asks, where are we sitting for the game? We are in section 131, row 56. So
I'm 104.
You're 104? Okay.
Yeah.
104. Shout out to Rack Shack. He gives his breakdown. What's up, Bird Gang? I got this 27-21. Very close game. As long as we can get the run game going for Saquon and Tank, passing game will open up. Scheme against Parsons and Xavier McKinney. Stop the Jacobs runs and keep Love in the pocket. Quignon and Dubs, Coop and Ringo need to play tight. Have Dean, Bond, and Campbell. You know, the whole thing with I do like what Rack Shack talks about, keeping Love in the pocket and just keeping him, you know, getting the pressure on him. Like if that's why I feel Phillips' just presence with Jacob with Jalen Carter. If you can keep him in the pocket, I think Carter just makes things a little bit antsy in there. Rakshak also adds, would like to see linebacker sets Bond and Jahad Campbell and Dean, along with some Phillips Nolan snaps. Keep Love guessing. It's going to be a big day for the safeties too. Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for a Monday night football game in Lambeau. You have no idea.
One thing that makes me nervous. Don't force the new personnel out. Like just because you got the new toys and new everything, like don't force them out if they're not ready in the scheme.
When you say really don't force, is that a Jair Alexander?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, secondary force. I mean, Jalen Phillips, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're a pass rusher. Go get the quarterback. Like that one shouldn't be that difficult.
Played in the Fangio scheme.
Exactly. That's a huge point. But secondary, don't force players out there if they're, because I don't want to see I thought that would drive me nuts. Know where your switches are. Know your over the top coverages. Even if it's somebody we've been banging our heads against the wall a little bit about, if they know the scheme and they know the system a little better.
Yeah, my thing with the secondary is really in the Fangio defense. The communication is key. I know Alexander is just coming into this situation, so I'm interested in where we're at with that. My say it with your chest is cheese curds. Who knew? I'm not a big cheese guy, but cheese curds definitely top notch in my book. Darren G says Fangio won't put them out there if they're not ready. I'm not worried about that, and that's very key with Fangio. He doesn't put. If you don't know the verbiage, you won't be out there. If you're not ready, we waited like 3 weeks, almost 3 or 4 weeks for Cooper DeJean because he wasn't ready. Rakshak says what Tim said: no forcing the new signs, ease them in. Let's go with. I think we did everything. I think we've done everything, except for talk about Recover 180, man. Shout out to Recover 180. It's the only organic sports hydration on the market, and we're excited to partner up. So Recover 180 has 0 sugar added, 20 calories, 2 carbs, USD organic coconut water. At Drink Recover, #hydrate better. So make sure you're drinking your Recover. I had one. I'm gonna tell you my Recover 180 story because I was usually I go into the airport. I'm pretty seasoned with the traveling and such. I get through the security, and then all of a sudden they pull my bag off to the side. And I'm like, well, I'm like, okay, I'm getting searched. My bag's getting searched. And then Prime's over there like lurking in the back. And then the guy's just like, the security guy goes, he's holding up the Recover 180 bottle. He's just like, sir. And then when he's supposed to be doing his job, like he had like a 3-second, I don't know where I was at. And he's like looking at the bottle. He's like, he starts looking at the ingredients. And he's like, oh, no sugar in this? And so he's doing it like, he's like, where do you get this from? Where can I get this from? I'm like, it's, I was about to say, hey, man, I could send you some. He's like, bro, he's like, I'm going to have to try this. And I was just like, dude, if you want it, you can have it. So I felt like
hasn't been open.
I felt like he was going to drink my Recover 180. I'm just saying. But shout out to Recover. I'm going to tell Rich that story. But
I could use a Recover today. I'm just going to be honest. I could use a Recover today. I could use a little extra electrolytes in my system. Don't have any. Could use any.
But obviously, coming up next week, we're going to have a tailgate. So if you guys don't know, we're going to be rocking out in Lot G2. Shout out to the guys at Use Guys for holding us down with the cheesesteaks and all the supplies. Shout out to Eddie and the gang at Francello's for all your help. Appreciate you guys and the pizzas, man. Our amazing stuff. Shout out to Bud Light for holding down the tailgate for all these years. Shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings. And shout out to craftyjawn.com and Crafty Jawn. They have moved their site to Etsy, so you can get their chunky chains out there. Shout out to Crooked T for giving the tailgate a nice crookedness. Is that a word? Is that a thing?
I guess you made it up, bro.
It is now. Run with it.
Because they're loving the Crooked T at the
Thanks
tailgate.
for keeping everybody crooked.
And also shout out to Lowski for holding down the tailgates. Reverend Lowski checking in, bringing you to church per usual. That's for the Lions game. Okay, we know we have the Packers. Not looking forward. We're just trying to keep you informed. But last word before you get out here, man. I know it's we're going to the stadium. We're kind of jacked up for that. Haven't even eaten breakfast. Just rolled out of the bed, potted. That's how we do. But last word, Tim. Last word before we get out here.
Gonna go have some breakfast. Breakfast sounds delicious. So I want to go make sure I get some food in my stomach. But enjoy your Sunday. Everybody gets to watch some other games. Pay attention to the teams we're going to be playing. Shout out to a few people that we met so far down here. Was it Jamie over at the Draft Inn? She was awesome. Took care of us. It was a fun experience. Everybody we met so far, it's been hands down. There's a reason why they've been voted the friendliest fans in America a couple times. So I'm excited to play tomorrow. And talk a little shit. I want to talk some shit to some Green Bay fans. I want them to fire back.
My last word for today, man, listen, stay positive about this game. This is Green Bay is considering this the, revenge game, whatever floats their boat. But, this is the game that we got the ball at the right time. We're healthy. Some new toys in the mix. This is where it's going to go ahead and tell us all. The second half of the season starts tomorrow night, and like you guys and the rest of us, we're ready to ride this wave again. So go Birds.
Yeah, last word. Shout out to everybody in the comments for sticking around. Shout out to you guys as always. Shout out to all the sponsors that help make these tailgates happen. Shout out to Philly Sports Trips for making these trips happen for us. It's a great experience seeing the world, the countryside with your fellow Eagle fans. You get to meet the most diehard, passionate Eagle fans on these trips. So it's really great to have these football conversations. Really great to have that kind of diehard energy in these random ass cities that we go to. It's just like everyone forms like Voltron, and it's different city, different same vibe, different city. Eagle fans bring the passion. But we will see you guys in the next one. And as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly. Good
Party
party.
time.
Big time. Number 9, diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine.